Hello, welcome back to Banana Republic Adventures. Jordan and I are heading to Elkins, West Virginia. It is just slightly west of where Marty and I were on the last adventure. We're going to try, I think it's called River Run Road. We are going into a rainstorm, so we have actually, as a backup, booked a hotel for 2 nights. All depends on how bad the weather is. We're hoping we can at least squeeze 1 night of camping out in the woods. Jordan is a hammock camper as well, and so he's going to hammock camp like Joel did a few videos back. And I have the rooftop tent, so I will still use that this time. Or we may bunk together, just depending on, again, weather and situations. So, but I went ahead and rented or booked the hotel because it looks questionable, like thunderstorm type questionable, so didn't want to get out there and get into a bad spot. So anyways, we're on our way. We're going to get breakfast on the way, so thanks for joining us, and we will see you in a little bit. Alright, so Jordan and I are exploring a little bit. We are heading up the mountain off of 25 close to Elkins. So this is just an exploration. We're going to see where we get to. Yeah, I don't know what to expect at this point. We are already booked at the hotel. But yeah, this is just a opportunity to kind of get out before we go to dinner tonight. And then I think we're going to go ahead and check out tomorrow morning and then look for an actual place, because the storms apparently are going to pass. Supposedly. Alright, so this looks like just a very long gravel road with some houses just kind of scattered along it. We did find a connection trail further down, so we're going to go down that way and see what we find. And then there's some, look to be high clearance area, so we're going to go that way and see what we can find. So let's see, I guess we want to stay left. Oh, that's someone's house.
Yeah, that's definitely somebody's house.
Yep.
Maybe
so there was
not marked.
Yeah, it's not marked. There's definitely some, there was a bunch of mailboxes at the beginning. Huh?
The road's named after it.
Yeah, it is. So yeah, it's clear that people live up here, but most of the driveways aren't marked. That one was, but most of the actual driveways aren't marked.
That's
a radio station. Radio station for solar or cellular. So yeah. So we've seen some interesting homes and old homes and stuff down in here. One had stone on it. Sorry, we didn't get a picture of it.
Well, we got the forward camera. That might have been
Yeah, the forward camera might have gotten it. We'll see. But most of the houses are off the road. It's a very, I don't know, it's kind of a neat area. If you had one of these houses, it'd be pretty sweet. right, so we're back on tarmac. We followed that out. It comes to a little house at the end. We got accosted by a little teeny dog, but
I was so scared.
we just
My
drove
life
around.
flashed before my eyes.
It was just showing his, territory. The house was right there at the end. So, yeah, now we're headed back on tarmac. It's a one-lane road. We should get up here in a minute to a dirt road, which then looks like goes into high clearance off-road area. So we're going to check that out, see if it is gated or if we can get through it or what. And we will get back to you. All right, so we came down the road to what we thought would be a dirt road, and it's gated. So we're going to keep going forward. There's a Y, and we're going to take a right, see if we can get deeper in and see if we find anything else. Looks like we ran into a bunch of wild turkeys on our route. We're going to give them a minute to get off the road, and then we'll keep going up.
Unfortunately, it's not that close to Thanksgiving.
Right. Or fortunately for them.
Yeah.
All right, so we found the dirt road we were going to use to get back to the other way. It's pretty well overgrown, as you can see. You can barely see it, but you can see some tracks there. It's starting to rain, supposed to thunderstorm, so I wouldn't want to get up in there and get stuck in the mud. So we're going to pass, but I think this might be a future stop. All right, it's August 30th. Jordan and I are leaving the hotel. We're heading into the mountains. Probably not going to stay tonight, but we are going to ride this road and map it out, see if there's any places for future visits and overlanding. It's supposed to rain again throughout the day. It's very foggy now. It's clearing up, but we're just going to kind of wing it and see what we can find out there in the mountains and record it. All right, so look for signs for Stewart recreation area. It's Old Route 33. You'll take a left on if you're coming from Elkins. All right, so we turned on, there was signs for Stewart recreational area, Monongahela National Forest, and so we turned onto that road. I don't see a name on it.
It wasn't just a sign for the National Forest. It was a big, beautiful brick archway.
Yeah, there was a big archway. I didn't get a picture of it. I should have, but
Get it on the way back, maybe.
yeah, if we come back through this way, we'll see how the adventure ends.
Indeed.
So right off the bat, this is a well-maintained gravel road into it. Don't even have to be in four-wheel drive. Kind of hoping we find something a little more adventurous in here. But if you've seen my videos on Green Ridge, it has that same kind of gravel feel. Actually, this might even be wider and more maintained than that. So, but if we run into any creeks or crossings or any of that kind of stuff, we will share and let you know, or any campsites, which we might have one right here. No posted, no trespassing. It's got a gate, and then there's somebody's house off to the right. So yeah, we haven't gotten into the narrower area where the creek is, so hopefully that becomes a little bit more adventurous. But we'll see how it goes.
The most adventurous thing so far is that collapsed barn over there.
Right, and we're kind of going through a little, I don't want to say neighborhood, but
That person has a trampoline.
section area where there's a couple houses. Actually, one being built too.
Oh. Okay. Still got the paper on it and everything.
All right, so we crossed a little creek, and there's a cut back over to the other side of the river. But I think we're starting to see maybe some campsites. This looks like a campsite here. So we're gonna keep going. Start seeing if we can get to more that actually have access to the water. So Jordan and I are sitting here talking about the area we're driving through, and I will take a second video of out there. But this area is a very mixed pine and probably oak. Looks like some white oak forest, and it's, I don't know, there's something very beautiful about the mixture of pine and hardwood trees. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, definitely.
Yep.
It's majestic.
Yes, it is.
Almost like walking into Lord of the Rings or something.
Yeah, it is. All right, so you could get any really good four-wheel drive vehicle down here. This is wide enough as a road. I don't know that it's permitted. There's no signs that says there isn't, but definitely has been used a bit. And then there's, as you can see, a camp fire ring down here, and heck, there's you could get a ton of people in here.
There's a swinging rope over there, or like a...
Yeah, I see that on the other side of the river. We'll get closer, but there's a swing rope or jump rope or something to jump into the water. It looks like it's really deep over there, so it's a nice swimming hole over there.
Somebody has split that firewood. Like, that's not just gathered timber.
So this is definitely a hangout. Pretty cool. Get one down here closer to the water. Yeah.
There's some rapids, or maybe a waterfall down that way.
You can hear something. It looks like there's probably a jump in point over there at that rock. That's probably why the rope's there.
Look how clear the water is.
Yeah.
See the bottom easily.
All right, well, this road doesn't seem to have a lot of campsites on it. We're just kind of getting into it, but the other part is you're not down, you kind of have an escarpment to go down to get to the water, so not a great camping area per se. And again, there's no real campsites other than that big one we found, but we think that was probably really more of a locals hangout spot, camp area. But we'll keep going and see what we find. It's a very pretty area. Mountain laurel and pine and different types of hardwoods and stuff, so very pretty. Just not any real campsites. No, there's one, but there's no way to pull into it. So, all right, so we found Monongahela's 828 road to our right, and since this has been kind of unfruitful on any kind of camping, we're going to go into the Monongahela Conservatory area and meander through there. I think we're good on gas and all, so we will go in there and see what we find. All right. We'll get back with you. Yes. All right, so here's the sign for the road that we're getting ready to take. We'll see what we find. It looks a lot more, I don't know, like we would probably find some campsites along it pretty easily, but we'll see. All right, so just pulling in, we saw a sign that said no camping or fires. So we're gonna take it anyways because it looks a lot more adventurous than what we were on. It's still a gravel road, but it's, you know, a little overgrown and stuff. So we'll see how far we get. Alright, so we found a side trail. We're going to try it. It goes down this way. So we will see. Doesn't look very much used, but it definitely looks used.
It's gonna be a fun time.
Alright. Okay, so well, that didn't work too well. There was a down tree down there, so we backed it up, but Jordan backed it all the way. Did a good job, so
We didn't die.
We didn't die, right? So we are gonna keep heading on the regular road. Alright, so we got through the Otter Creek Conservatory area. Really nice place, pretty, but yeah, nowhere to camp, nowhere to set up a tent for overlanding. So we're heading out. I don't think there's going to be much more to see, but if there is, we'll let you know. Otherwise, yeah, we'll catch up with you in a little bit. So Jordan and I are on Route 26. It's the same route that Marty and I took on our last adventure. We didn't get a lot to see this time in that other area. It was very pretty and all, but I thought I'd take Jordan back through this location so that he could get a little more adventure under his belt driving the Gladiator. So we're coming up on it here in a minute. He's not really aware of what is coming, so we will share that in a few minutes. Just listen to my directions.
Okay, let's rock and roll.
All right, so here is the secret spot. This is the river crossing. I have two videos. I'm going to do the inside the cab and then also the other video. I will splice them together for everyone.
You ready?
Yeah, so go ahead.
All right.
Okay, stay straight. Stay straight.
Straight.
Yes. Okay. Now turn.
Yep. All right.
And you're going to hit the hole in the other side.
All right. Fun.
Right.
Holy cow.
Okay. Right a little. There. Okay, straight, straight, straight. You got it. You got it. straddle that what looks like a big rock and you see the hole across the way, you're just gonna aim towards that.
Like just through there?
Yeah. Going on straight. Turn left a little bit.
Kind of avoid that big rock, honestly.
And then kind of, yep, keep, yep. Okay, go for it.
All right. This is pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's like a combination of a boat and a kangaroo.
Now, get a little left, or right, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, and straighten it up. How Ford Road works.
Yeah.
And we can put it in manual and we can go up a gear so it's not stressing so much.
Right.
Alright, what'd you think?
Awesome. We can.
Pretty cool.
Should we turn all that off now then?
We can turn the sway bar off.
Oh, is this?
And then go ahead.
But should I keep it in 4 low?
Do you want to put it in 4 high? You can put it in 4
I
high.
assume so.
Right.
Yeah. Like.
But yeah, at neutral first.
Right.
You gotta come over, yeah. Neutral. Then you got it. Just push and then over.
Oh. I'm not quite all the way up, I don't think.
There
There
you
we
go.
go.
And you're high. Yep.
Yep.
Okay. There you go. Everything will shut off. Alright. Now I always turn this thing back a little bit. Yep.
And that's still.
It'll, yeah, it's gotta move and it'll undo itself.
Well, I mean, the differentials are still locked.
They'll, yeah, once they start moving, they'll unlock. Yep. So what'd you think? Is
That was pretty cool.
coolest thing?
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Very bouncy.
Yes. Alright.
I see why you labeled that with the skull and crossbones.
Right. Well, sometimes when this water's too much, then you can't run.
Yeah,
So.
that makes sense.
Alright, so we are making our way through. Jordan's still driving. We went through some puddles and fun stuff. Nice area back there, it was pretty open. I've never been through here, so it's pretty interesting. It's very rocky, like small rocks, but you know, bumpy rocky. So. Alright, so we found another trail, but it's got signs right in front of us that say basically foot traffic only, no vehicles allowed. So we're gonna back it up, turn around,
Get back out of here.
get back out. So it's a pretty low area, very secluded, but yeah, we don't want to be driving into an area that we're not supposed to be.
Nope.
So yep, heading back out.
Alright.
It's a nice little meadow and everything. It's pretty.
Yeah. Get some of that on our front cam.
Yeah. right, well, I think that was the end of our adventure, so thank you for joining us. Please like and subscribe, and we will see you again next time on Banana Republic Adventures.
Goodbye.
See ya.